Hi, it's Kamon Reynolds. Here's a couple larvae right here. Two different ages. The one on the Chinese grafting tool is too large. It's too old. It won't make as good of a queen. The one on our German grafting tool is a really nice size, like we want to graft. So keep that in mind when you're going for your grafts. Now these two tools right here both work really well, and these are the most commonly used grafting tools. I'm a fan of the German stainless steel grafting tool, and I'm going to have a link below where we get our Chinese grafting tools and where we can get grafting tools like this, and plus some of our feeder cans and a bunch of other materials that we use. The stuff that we put on there is either books that we have read, tools that we use, stuff that I know is good. You know, I'm not just throwing a bunch of junk on there. But anyway, so the one on the Chinese grafting tool is too old. You're going to end up getting an inferior queen like that, and so we don't want that. Now I went ahead and grafted a lot of these right here. We've got several things to cover in all of these queen rearing videos, so just try not to miss any of them, and if you are having problems with your notifications, you can ring that bell down there by the subscribe button and you can make it to where you can see all of our videos. Alright, so we have went ahead and primed the bulk majority of these right here with royal jelly. Let's go ahead and prime the rest of them and throw some more larvae down in there. Alright, so here's the royal jelly. These are from the cups that I showed you in the last video. So just mix it around them. There's no problem. Try to avoid getting the roughage in there, but I doubt it'll hurt anything. There is no problem with diluting royal jelly down with distilled water, about 50-50. So just make sure the distilled water is not cold though, or hot. And one of the things when you're grafting is you want to keep your larvae from drying out. Now you can dry graft, which is grafting without the royal jelly, and you definitely can do it. A lot of professional beekeepers do. A lot of professional beekeepers use royal jelly, so it's kind of a matter of preference. It works either way. The royal jelly makes it a lot easier, plus it keeps the larvae from drying out. Now one thing, even with the royal jelly, I recommend, which I didn't get today because we're doing it quick, is you can get a hot squeezed out towel of water, and you can wrap that around your cells, or your cups I should say, as you're going along. We're only going to do this one bar today, but then we're going to be doing you can do 2 or 3 bars at a time if you want. So we've primed these with royal jelly. Now let's get a couple larvae in there. Now when you get a Chinese grafting tool, get a bunch of them. Not all of them work. That's one reason I like the German grafting tool, is that it's rock solid every time. And the German grafting tools, they're really cheap and affordable, and a lot of them do work, but there's always a few of them in the pack that just don't work quite right. Alright, so we got the royal jelly. Let me grab these larvae real quick. Alright, we just had these last two. And this comes from one of our queens. There's one. You just drop it onto that royal jelly. It just goes right into there. It never touches the plastic. So easy. Alright. And there's another good one. Alright. And that's that right there. So now we're going to set all this stuff to the side. Kind of. You can see I really go all out on my expensive beekeeping stuff. Oh man, I got honey all over myself. Well, at least it tastes good. No, it tastes really good. Alright. So this is what we got, is our, over here is our cell frame. It's a cell bar right here, and we're going to now check our nuke. I just smoked them down right before the video. We have our Ultra Bee pollen sub right here. We have like no pollen coming in right now. And then we've got our feed here. They need a little bit more of that. And this sponge right here is just water, just to help them keep themselves cool. Let me get my valve on. My wife finally found it. Get out of my valve. Thank you. Alright, set these tools down. About run out of smoke. There we go. Now we're good. Alright, so the main thing I'm wanting to do is I know I have bee bread in both of these frames. They have food coming in, we threw this frame in here, which has a lot of emerging nurse bees. So I want to just double check and make sure we did not miss any larvae on that frame, so that they're not raising a queen off of that. The larvae we have right here comes off of a 3-year-old queen that's just doing really good again this year. Oops, excuse me. And we want to make sure there's no virgins going to be hatching out in here and killing our cups. And just shake these bees off. And nope. No started queen cells, so that's all we needed to see. Now we're going to throw this back in so they can keep hatching out. Now these bees that are of course in this frame that are under the cells that are going to hatch out, they're not going to help these queens that we're making right here at all. They're for the next round that we'll do once we pull these out here in 10 days. Now that's one thing that a lot of people mess up when they're grafting, is they mess up with the timing, or they don't get the bee density or the nutrition right. And when it comes to the time, you've got to stick these things in there, and then you've got to pull them out 10 days later. The eggs hatch at 3.5 days. The larvae that I showed you at the beginning of the video that you need to graft are no older than 24 hours old. So we're around the 4.5 day period. It's 16 days until the queens emerge from their cells. So we want to pull our cells no later than day 10. And that's going to put it around 14.5 days. And if you wait too much longer, or if you graft larvae that are a little too old, they could hatch out earlier, and then you end up with just one queen instead of several. Alright, now we're going to put this one back in. So I'm going to pull out this middle frame, and it'll be replaced by the grafting frame. Alright. Just double checking there. We're just going to stick this one right here, and then I'm going to take this food frame, actually we're going to stick this like that, and then we're going to stick this food frame and stick it up against the queen cups. That's the only thing about these Jester nuke boxes, is they do like to stick it up against them. You can use a wooden nuke box. There's a couple different ways to do it. Alright, we're going to stick these emerging bees off to the side. Now, a lot of people don't like it when I shake bees. I hear some people say I'm pretty rough with them, but it's a whole lot better than crushing them, which is what would happen if we did not do that. So, alright. So now they have food right up against those cups. They have a lot of nurse bees. They have food coming in. There's quite a bit of bees actually hanging off the front entrance where they're keeping cool. Shut that up right there. Get all these weeds out of the way. Yeah, there's a bunch hanging out the front, and between all that, we are going to leave these gals alone for quite a bit. I'm sure there's a couple things that I missed. Again, some of the materials that we used in this video, I'm going to leave the link below if you want to check those out. We're going to come back and check these before day 10, just for kicks and giggles, I guess. And we're going to be doing a couple other things queen rearing wise. We're also going to be setting up the mating nukes prior to the cells being ready to pull off. So there's a couple things going on. We're going to be doing more videos. If you have any comments or questions on what we did in this video, please leave them below. Always, thanks for watching.